For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website www.games4all.podcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com. Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 71. I'm your host Dan Young. With me as always are my good friends
James Craigie
and
Michelle Barry.
Okay, so we're going to kick off as we always do with what we've been playing. We've collectively been playing Dead Island again.
Yeah.
Obviously
We managed to get the full four-player co-op.
Yeah, had a
going.
bit of four-player co-op. It was fun. Well, I thought it was anyway.
Yeah.
Had a good laugh with that.
Yeah. You had a few problems and glitches your end, which we didn't get on.
Yeah, I mean,
The
it
sky went
was
black.
recently patched, and a few things have kind of happened that didn't happen before. So I don't know where it's down to the patch or what, but I've seen quite a few weird things over the last week playing it. And my Xbox is frozen 3 times playing it, which didn't happen previous to the patch.
My Xbox froze once when we were doing the game night, but
Yeah, strange that.
Was
But we played 4-player and it was quite fun, and you know. So yeah, we played some 4-player co-op on Dead Island. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good fun. You know, I've been jumping between 2-player co-op with my girlfriend, and we've been playing on the Friday night 4-player co-op.
yeah,
And obviously I've advanced quite a bit on the 2-player side of things. I'm now nearly 90% through the main stuff.
blimey.
So yeah, unlocked a lot of stuff. You know, we've kind of been playing using a bit more of the Fury side of things, which we didn't really use before.
Yeah, okay.
Because we weren't really sure what the hell it was.
You've
yeah.
recommended that we go into that on Friday. So.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's part of your skill tree you can unlock from level 2 onwards, and it's just like another attack thing you can do, and you can obviously power it up and stuff, and you know, beef it up, and you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know, that kind of stuff. So no,
Sounds
it's
cool.
good. It is fun, and you know, like we mentioned like all the glitches and stuff last week, and despite all that kind of stuff, the game's still really fun. And I just kind of hope they do really concentrate on working out the little bugs and stuff that are in it, because they, you know, you can forgive it for all that stuff, but after a certain point, I'm going to expect them to be patched and sorted. So you know,
Well, part of the post-release sort of fixing and bug and patches and stuff come from how well the game has sold, and it's obviously it's sold really well, so they've got plenty of incentive to try and fix it and iron out the bugs.
Made a lot of cash, so
Yeah.
why wouldn't they try and appease everybody? I mean, you know, they've said they've put set back DLC and stuff to work on the patch and stuff, so it makes sense. But I think, yeah, I mean, though they don't bother me as much as maybe they would do with a different game that I weren't enjoying so much, I still like them to iron it all out and kind of polish the game a little bit more. But other than that, no, it's really, really good fun. And yeah, obviously with 4-player co-op, I think is the way to play it.
Yeah.
It does get a little bit glitchy. I noticed some frame rate drop in and stuff that you don't really get when you play it on your own with like one other person or whatever. But
I noticed a few little bits, but I think mostly our side it was fairly glitch free. I think we were quite fortunate.
Yeah, I didn't get any problems with it at all.
yeah. So I mean, it works well. I think 4-player seems to work fine. And,
Yeah.
You know, I like the idea that if you're playing say on your own, and then you're at a certain place where somebody else is, it'll recommend somebody to somebody else's game that you can jump into and that kind of stuff. That's kind of cool. So if you don't know anyone else with the game, you can, you know, play along with other people still. And you know, there's little things, little touches like that that are quite neat. And you know, yeah, some of the weapons are really, really cool. Some of the, you know, stuff you get later on. I mean, my character, I think at the moment, is like a level 30, so well on the way to kind of, you know, leveling up completely. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, right at the end of the game, and still got a load of side quests to do. But as far as the main mission stuff goes, yeah, 90% free. So
That's awesome.
probably be finishing that off and talking about it a bit more in depth next week.
Excellent.
So, what has everyone else been playing?
Well, I finished Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine.
Okay.
Really short and sweet.
Yeah.
The ending was quite spectacular.
Really?
It was really good.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Still-
nothing that hasn't been done before, but it was done in such a way, I think, for me anyway, because I'm aware of the lore and everything, I can understand the cinematic epicness, and they have gone for that whole sort of cinema feel with it.
Yeah.
pacing the game, even though it's short, it does keep you going. It keeps you interested. You never get any periods where you're sort of bored. You're always waiting, or you're always expecting the next fight, and it's never long between that. Mostly, it just feels like a sort of a primer or like an intro into the franchise. I'm hoping. Obviously, this also has been selling quite well. Yeah. So I'm hoping now.
Number 2 on the chart last week. I think,
same this week as well. I think
that was quite. You were quite shocked by that. Actually.
Yeah. But no, I think it's well deserved. I think the co-op DLC next month, Exterminatus, will extend it some more. Yeah. And I think the online is fairly popular and people are enjoying that. But I'm hoping they make more of them and extend the story and make them bigger and better as it goes along. It's a good sort of intro into it. There's some nice little touches.
Cool. Awesome.
And that's all she wrote.
I mean, how long do you reckon campaign-wise it is then? 4 or 5 hours?
About 5 hours.
Okay. Well, I guess you can kind of get away with it.
I would recommend, if you ever played it, or to most people playing it, sort of aim for sort of normal to hard difficulty. Yeah. Because I was playing it on easy and I kind of rushed through it. I had like 2 or 3 points where I had to like restart from a checkpoint and do that, but mostly I just kind of breeze through it. I do want to play it again slightly harder and try and pick up everything. Yeah. See how it goes. But
I'm not really. I don't know. Like, you wanted me to play the demo, and I was like, yeah, okay, maybe, and still haven't got around to it. So.
I mean, obviously, it's getting a lot of comparison with Gears, and that's probably not a good thing now that Gears 3 is out.
Yeah, probably isn't doing a lot of favours.
But it isn't exactly like it. It's got no cover system for a start. Yeah. Because you are basically in a big kind of steel suit. You are the cover. Other people would like get behind you
I get you.
and stuff. But no, it's hard to whether it's like a 3D brawler with shooting mechanics or a shooter with 3D brawling mechanics. It kind of marries it up. It kind of the whole basis of the combat is you shoot things until they get close enough to hit them with your sword.
Right. Okay.
Chainsword. So
got you.
Yeah, see, even that reminds me of Gears with the whole.
But you see, chainsaw bayonets. Everybody's like, I've seen a few comments saying, "Oh, like it's ripping off Gears and stuff," and it's like, well, no, because this did this like 20 odd years ago, like 87, I think it came out. They introduced the chainsaw blade, so
that's cool. Yeah. I mean, it has sold well. I'm sure a lot of people out there probably enjoyed it, even though it was probably quite short and sweet. But
I imagine I will try and lend it to you. Yeah. I say try and lend it to you. It's all whether you'll accept it or not.
I think you'll have to wait till there's like really nothing going on.
I think, with the whole Gears 3 being out there.
Once I finish all the games from 2007, I've got to
I think it's one that you could like switch on, play for a few hours in an afternoon on like a weekend, and then kind of have it all wrapped up by Sunday evening.
Okay, one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I might be interested in it at some point.
It's cool. I mean, it's... The production values are nice on it, and I think it deserves more kind of like attention than it's probably going to get, even though it is number 2 in the charts. But
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what else? What else is there to talk about?
Is it me now?
Yes.
You. I've been playing Dead Island. I think when I first started the prologue, I was kind of jumpy.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more used to playing it as a group thing.
Yeah.
I am kind of a bit of a wimp, but I still get down. I
think it works better with at least another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but having said that, I think that prologue bit in the hotel would only work with you on your own.
Of course, definitely. Yeah.
So that I enjoyed it. I was a bit sceptical before it came out because I always think of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
But I mean, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like,
it's very different. It's
and as soon as I started playing it, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll be carrying on playing it. Got more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What else have you been playing?
Final Fantasy 13.
Okay, now why have you decided to pick up Final
Fantasy
13?
Well, no, I stopped first time round because I kind of rushed through it and I kind of did things that I shouldn't have, which kind of prevented me getting any further in the game.
This is the same problem that I have, isn't it? Whereas I kind of get to it and get to a point and think, no, I don't like that, so I go and start a new game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of...
So I kind of stopped because I really couldn't be bothered to start again. So I haven't actually finished the game. But when I saw the trailer for Final Fantasy 13-2, I want it.
Yeah, I've pre-ordered it.
I want it.
Jeez. Dan sort of looking at us like, you poor fools.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want it on because I'm so used to the Final Fantasy games being on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sticking to that.
Fair enough.
All on one disc.
Yeah,
HD cinematics and stuff.
Yeah, fair dues.
So.
I thought I read somewhere actually that the 13.2 is actually going to be on one disc, but
yeah.
For 360. But there you go.
Next
Okay, it could be
year,
bullshit, whatever. Yeah.
January, February.
I have to say, I think the good thing is that I think they've taken away or gone away with a lot of the criticisms for the 13.
Yeah.
There were a lot, and they've kind of tried to address them,
right,
and try and get back to a more sort of Final Fantasy thing with it. And I have to see, I've seen the trailers. It looks all right. Could be kind of what 13 should have been. So, but
time will
into
tell.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's get back to Western gaming.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't played any iPhone games at all.
No,
that makes a change.
Shocking.
Yeah. So. My iPhone is packed with games, so I decided to give it a break.
Because there are actually, I think there are a lot of good games just recently come out on the App Store for iPhone. I know. Do you remember Another World?
Yeah.
That's out on iOS now.
Awesome.
So that'd be.
You'll
cool.
probably you'll probably get more off me next week.
Just need Flashback now.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, well, the only other thing we've been playing, we kind of need to mention, is Gears4all 3.
Yes, we had a games night.
Yeah, the game night video's gone up. It's on the website. It's on Games4all.podcast.com if you want to check it out. Yeah, so I've probably played about just over 3 hours of it. Probably actually been playing more Dead Island than I have Gears 3, which is kind of messed up for me, but that is a testament to how much I'm enjoying Dead Island, to be fair. But no, Gears 3 so far pretty good. I like what they've done with just the kind of gameplay tweaks are quite nice. It is a lot faster. It's kind of the same experience.
Yeah,
with the fresh lick of paint,
Yeah, they're talking about it is very much sort of in the shadows of the first two games.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change things too much, because it works. So
yeah,
if it's not broken, don't fix it, kind of thing. But it starts out quite dramatically with a sort of dream sequence that you get to play through, which is kind of interesting. And from the get-go, you can kind of tell it's going to be more story-driven than the previous games, because the story's kind of always sort of taken a little bit of a back seat to the kind of action and stuff. And that's fine, you can kind of forgive it for that. It's never had the best story ever, but I think this time around they're really trying to wrap things up, because obviously it's the last part of the Marcus Phoenix story, so they've worked really hard to kind of, tie up all the loose ends and... make a game that's very heavily story driven, and but yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of action. I mean, with the first level, it's just like, I mean, some of the stuff they've shown off at E3 this year with the gigantic fish thing that attacks the boat. That's all in the first level, really. So that's kind of just shows you where it starts off at, and instantly, because obviously in the previous games you're fighting the locusts and stuff. Now you have the lambent locusts, and you start off with fighting them, and it's not till about an hour and a half into the game that you fight regular locusts again, which is kind of what we got to play,
the video,
and also, I mean, the fact that there is 4-player co-op, and the way that kind of works is, which plays back into the story, is that it plays with time. Yeah. So you get to play a sequence, and then you jump back several hours before what you just played, and you get to play as different characters. So you will jump to playing from Marcus to playing as Coltrane and stuff like that, and
from dawn to bed.
Yeah, you get kind of you get 4, 2 sets of 4 characters kind of thing. So that's interesting that they've done it that way, and I think it's the only way that 4-player co-op can work in Gears, really. Yeah, but it's interesting because I mean, in the last 2 games, you've only been able to play as Marcus and Dom, and that's it, sort of thing. So it is a bit fresh to kind of have that switch, especially within the first hour of the game. Yeah. It comes so quickly, sort of thing. So, but I'm not going to talk too much about it because obviously I've got to try. I'm going to try and finish it by next week and talk more in depth about it next week. But it is the biggest game that's out this week, and it's pretty good. I mean, we've got to play some Beast and Horde mode. I mean, Horde on Gears 2 is something I've sunk a lot of time into, and it's kind of nice to play the new updated kind of tower defense style.
Yeah. I was about to say tower defense with the whole.
It's kind of cool, you start off by picking out where you're going to place all your stuff, kind of thing. You get several bases on the map. You got 3 places that you can start out at, I think. And so you pick that. I mean, obviously, if you've got more than one person playing, I think you can have up to 5 people playing Horde at one time in one game. So you can all pick somewhere to kind of hang out and start, fortifying your position and stuff with barbed wire and all kinds of crazy shit like that. And you can, obviously, as you go along and earn more cash, you can upgrade to things like turrets and things like that. It's kind of neat, So I really enjoyed that. Beast mode is definitely it's interesting. It's different. It is the same. It's the opposite of Horde, obviously, but it's only got 12 waves, so you can kind of finish it in about a half hour, and that's at a stretch. It's quite difficult because you got kind of you get 1 minute rounds. Yeah. So you've got to finish it like in a minute, sort of thing. So technically, you could probably do it in 12 minutes.
So you've got a minute to win it.
Yeah, you've got a minute to win it, right? So, but you basically just pick. You've got sort of 3 or 4 different kind of classes of beasts and stuff. Like, so you start off with things like the tickers, the little things that fall around, and you got your basic kind of general pleb locust and stuff, and
the butcher.
Yeah, butcher. Things that are kind of slow or aren't very powerful, and then obviously as you earn money, you get to unlock stuff, and as the waves go on, blood mounts, etc. And it's kind of fun. It is quite tricky. There are some knacks to it. I've actually unlocked everything, and I found.
Ooh, get you.
Yeah, I found that the Berserker was pretty good fun.
Yeah.
Even though you can't see very much because obviously it's kind of blind, but overall as a package so far it's pretty decent. So. But I'm going to try and get deeper into the campaign before next week and hopefully have that finished and talk a bit more about that. So
awesome.
That's pretty much all I'm going to say about Gears 3 for this week.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, it's cool. It is what it is. It's just the same good fun with some tweaks and stuff that just make it better.
And slightly higher digit on the end.
Yeah. Pretty much. Okay, well that covers what we've been playing. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back we're going to be talking about the news. Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. It's about that time of the show now where we're going to talk about the news.
Yes, it's been a good week for news.
It has, actually. I'm quite shocked.
Yep.
Obviously last week we didn't have any news because primarily we were talking about the console lineup with Aaron from UGN.
Yeah. So
which we'll also mention UGN because, they're good friends of ours. So why wouldn't we? Yeah. Please check out our good friends over at the Underground Geek Network. Their podcast is awesome. It covers everything geeky.
Aren't we supposed to be on their show?
I think so. I mean, I haven't heard anything. So, if you remember the Underground Geek Network and you know something about this, please contact us. Podcast at Games4all.com.
Because I'm planning on buying booze, but if it's not happening, I'm not spending the money on booze.
You should still spend the money on booze.
I know I should, but
you still have to get drunk.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
What else are you going to do on Sunday?
You need to buy 2 beers.
I've got Monday off special as well.
Oh, awesome. Alright, so if you really need to record an episode, if not, we'll record our own. We'll email it to you and you can put it up on your podcast. Anyway. Okay. But anyway, yes, Underground Geek Network.
I just love the thought of you kind of like getting drunk and trying to talk about comic books and stuff.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would be awful. It would be really, really bad.
So the Beano.
Fuck off. I'll have you know of
Dandy.
Yeah,
Dandy.
Okay, I've read the Dandy.
Dandy Dan.
Fuck yourselves. Anyway.
I didn't.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
So news.
Yeah. Anyway, check out our good friends over at the Underground Geek Network.
News. Homefront.
Oh,
bit of a letdown.
Well, I told you never to mention it again.
Yeah, I know. And it wasn't much prospects for a sequel.
They left it open.
Because
and
obviously there was like a big deal with the guy writing it and everything, but I don't think the game warranted a sequel, really.
It was one of those things where they kind of they were like, yeah, okay, we're setting this up for a sequel. It's going to be that good. Everyone's going to love it. We want a sequel for this. We want it to become a big franchise. And it was kind of like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah, so
I don't think anyone really cared enough. We expected more out of the game, and if the sequel's going to give that to us, what we kind of expected from it, then maybe I'll give it a shot, but whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, the news story is that...
The news story is, obviously, didn't do that great, so they want to make sure that it does better. They're sticking with it, they want it as a franchise, so the logical thing to do is hand it to someone who's good at this sort of thing.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah.
So
that would be an idea.
Yeah. So Crytek then.
That's good a person as any.
Yeah.
Paid people as any.
So
Peoples.
so the as yet unannounced Homefront 2, Homecry or Cryfront.
Oh, why not to be called Cryfront? Just to confuse the fuck out of
They're
everybody.
working on that. I think this is a smart move. I reckon that they'll probably do wonders for it.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I can't wait to play Cryfront 2 Instincts.
Yeah.
Whatever. That'd be amazing. No, yeah, it kind of actually makes me want to play this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now that I know there's a decent developer behind it. It doesn't mean it's going to be good. They could completely drop the ball on it, but, you know, they could do something interesting with it. There's more prospect for them to do something interesting with it than if Chaos Studios were still about and, you know, knocking around ideas and stuff. I just really felt that, like, they really bigged this game up to be something that it really wasn't, and the hype machine just went out of control, and it was like, oh, Homefront.
Yeah,
Released at the right time of the year for it, but, you know,
if there's anybody who can fuel and justify the hype machine, it's Crytek.
Yeah, let's be honest. But, you know, they've got a lot of stuff on the go, so, I mean, isn't the Crysis original remake coming out for... I mean, obviously, I'm presuming that's all done, but, like, it's coming out for 360 PS3 and that.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. And they've got that Rise game for Kinect. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, presumably they are working on other bigger, better things. So, yeah, Homefront 2 wouldn't have been my first guess, but like I said, this is now any kind of Homefront 2 news that I'm hearing about. I'm going to kind of look into it, because obviously it's
kind of
made
like
it a bit more interesting.
It's like a fresh slate.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So.
Whether it'll be called Homefront 2, whatever, we'll see, but, you know, it'll be interesting. See where this goes, and we'll report back on it, but yeah.
Okay.
What else is there?
There's...
Don't do that. No.
Don't whisper to me, so I whisper back. A game that got a lot of flack, I was really looking forward to, but got a lot of flack when it came out, was DC Universe Online.
Yeah.
That's mostly because of the monthly fees. I think it's £10 a month.
I think some people didn't realise.
Yeah.
Oh, this game looks cool. It's got superheroes in it. It's on PS3. I'll buy it. And then, yeah,
you can't be Batman or Superman, and
exactly.
you have to pay $14.99 a month.
Yeah.
And all that, and there was a lot of backlash on this, and it's like, well, we're not going to go free to play, because we go free to play, then you're going to have to start paying for updates and microtransactions and stuff, and you won't get all the free stuff. They've finally relented. It is going free to play. I think
they had to.
I think it's died down so much because so many people it wasn't.
I think a lot of the subscription based stuff, it works okay for PC, but the console gamer doesn't really want to have to pay to. I mean, obviously people pay. The only thing people really pay for, like Xbox Live and stuff, obviously the PSN is free, but you know,
I think a lot of people were expecting that if you paid for PSN, you'd get this for free.
You mean the PSN?
What?
The PSN.
The PSN. Oh yeah.
The joke from last week. Never mind. Forget it. It went straight over your head.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Don't
okay.
Try and get me to
you
remember
kept calling
jokes
it the
from
PSN, and I
the
PSN. Called you out on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you pay for the PSN, you would get the DC Universe Online subscription for free. So it's doing a 3-tier thing. Basically, anyone who newly buys the game and all that, they can play it for free. They have so many character slots, so many inventory slots, and you know, kind of they can play the game but don't get a lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah.
People who I think spend $5 worth of like DLC, like microtransactions and stuff, are eligible for premium content. This includes like old subscribers, everything, and they get something slightly more inventory, more character slots, and more access to like DLC and microtransactions and stuff.
Right.
Still pay for them. Can buy the DLC, and then the premium. Oh no! The legendary tier is you're still paying the same amount. You still get everything for free. So it's pretty much as it is now, but that's now
they're
not.
offering us a free option, which is slightly more.
Yeah.
Dumbed down.
Yeah, but the legendary, you get like loads more inventory, loads more character slots, lots of extra bits and bobs, and you don't have to pay for any of the DLC.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's offering options for people. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, if you play the game, you don't mind paying the extra, you will benefit from that.
Yeah.
If you perhaps don't want to carry on playing paying but still want to play, you can do that. If you just want to pick up the game, see what it's like, do that.
You've got the option to, yeah.
I personally went a bit off it. I had so many high hopes for this game, but it just wasn't as big or as fleshed out as I thought it would be. I mean, I know more stuff and more updates have come out for it, so maybe I'll give it another go at some point, but
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
it's interesting. I mean, how long has it been out? A year?
Yeah.
If that? I can't remember when it came out.
Not even a year. I think it came out it's February this year.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, it seems funny it's going free to play within its first year.
Yeah, that's never a good sign, really.
It's never a good sign, no. But, if it's going to help them, it's cool. I'm all up for different ways of doing things.
I mean, the microtransactions and stuff, they're still going to get money and stuff for it.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it's going to hurt.
No.
There you go.
No. You never know, it might finally kind of find its place and get a decent solid player.
You never know.
In other news, do you want to take this one, the Battlefield 3 beta?
Okay, yeah. So I think it was a day or two ago, DICE and EA announced the eagerly awaited Battlefield 3 beta, which is longly been rumoured, and they've basically said sometime in September, until literally a few days ago when they said that it's the 29th of September, so only just in September.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
because people have been waiting. If people went out and bought Medal of Honor, poor fools, for this.
Yeah, I did that. Not for this, but long story. But no, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this game's really eagerly anticipated. It's probably one of the most anticipated out of about 5 main games for this year, and everybody's been talking about the beta. When's the beta? And the amazing news is that it starts on the 29th of September for everybody. If you've got access to Xbox Live, the PSN, or if you've got a decent enough PC running Origin.
So not yours then?
Not mine, not yours.
No, not mine. Definitely not mine.
Yeah, no. Then you can have access to it as if it was like, I think it's pretty much going to be like a downloadable demo of sorts, but and I mean, for people who've got Medal of Honor, or whether it's the Tier 1 edition or the limited edition, they get 48 hours early access to it. So
and these are the people who'll make the most of that.
Possibly, yeah.
So you've got 48 hours to level up enough to pwn everybody.
So so I mean, I'll be on there on the 27th. Checking it out, and I've already sort of announced on the website that there will be some kind of, we'll throw together a little video or something just to kind of promote the fact that it's on and get people on there and stuff, because it's available to everybody. It's an open public beta, so
I've been spreading the word.
That's pretty awesome, and
I'll be on there.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna get it on Xbox and PlayStation, so I can do a little comparison.
Yeah, you can try it on the PSN.
The PSN, yeah.
And stop saying that. It runs till October 10th, so decent sort of.
That's a good chunk.
Almost 2 weeks of playing it, if not more. Yeah, about 2 weeks. So really looking forward to that. They've only announced that it's like one game mode and one actual level, so it's like you've only got one map, and so there's not going to be a lot of like variety in there, but it is a beta, so and
as I tell you, if this works well, you'll be able to see. It'll make you more excited for what comes with the full game.
What's shocking to me, this is in the press release they put out. Actually, I read this earlier. Is that the beta is, like I say, it's one map, it's one game mode, but the download is going to be about 2 to 3 gig.
So quite a big map then.
So like, what the fuck is in this? I mean, I'm guessing maybe it isn't. Maybe that's a typo or something. But fucking 2 to 3 gig just for one fucking map. That's crazy. That could be bullshit. I mean, that's probably on the PC actually versus Xbox and stuff. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, that's next Tuesday for me, next Thursday for everybody else, I think.
For me.
For you, yeah. Who doesn't have a Medal of Honor. Yay. Glad my money's well spent there. But no, I mean, we were on the Medal of Honor beta and the multiplayer side of it, and it's it wasn't great. It's done by DICE, who obviously made it. It wasn't great, but then it was a beta, so it was glitchy anyway and buggy and all that kind of stuff. And it turns out, to be honest with you, the Medal of Honor, the multiplayer side of it, was actually the best part of that game. Because I've played more of that than... I finished the single-player campaign, and it was kind of gash, but the multiplayer...
Gash, that's a word.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I'd throw it in there, a bit retro. But, yeah, the multiplayer was way better. So, and from what I've seen with the alpha running on PC, yeah, this is going to be pretty cool.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
So anyways, so yeah, that's that. So Battlefield open public beta starts on the 29th of this month, and if you've got it works if you've got Medal of Honor limited or Tier 1 edition, or if you pre-order Battlefield 3 through Origin, you can get access to the beta early. So
cool.
I think you've got to order it before the 25th or the 26th. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Anyway, Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
A game I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Revelations is coming out in November.
Yep.
Always, so far, they've kind of had a favorited the PS3 version.
And the PSN.
And the PSN.
I probably will stop there.
Where they've been like throwing in extras and, like exclusive content and stuff. And I was kind of like wondering, because looking at all the like different editions and stuff, there's like 4 or 5 different editions of the game.
Yeah.
Kind of what's the extra going to be on the PlayStation? Well, now we know. Day 1 copies, i.e. copies that have gone out, first of all, the first wave.
Yeah, the first pressings
of Assassin's Creed Revelations on PS3 will come with a copy of the original Assassin's Creed on the Blu-ray.
Awesome.
So, that's kind of cool. Because this is obviously, it's the end of the Ezio trilogy, but it ties in with Altair in the first game anyway, so it's nice to have like a little refresher.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, so that is the special thing. And I have to say, honestly, if that's the only exclusive they're getting, then I'm happy with that. Because I've played it on the Xbox from the beginning. And I'm kind of still a bit miffed that Brotherhood never got the exclusive like mission thing that they had on the PS3 and the Xbox. We got everything else, but just not that. So I heard it wasn't great anyway, but still, it's content I wanted.
Well, that's good news for fans of the Assassin's Creed.
The Assassin. Seriously, I'm going to put a stop to this now.
You should re-put the stop to this.
Yeah.
Did you catch it there?
Okay, this episode is now called The Return of the PSN.
Carry on with the news.
Right, yeah. The next story, please.
The next story. This is a pretty cool story, actually.
Yeah.
It's from an eagle-eyed viewer of the Israeli news show The Headlines.
Oh, The Headlines.
The Headlines. It's called The Headlines. But it's an Israeli news show. It's not normally sort of like the first place you'd think to get like
exclusives,
gaming
the
news.
Exclusives.
But basically they were doing a tour of EA's Redwood Shores studio in California and filming it and doing that, talking about like video games and the video game industry. And on a B-roll, somebody watching noticed that in the background they saw on a computer the logo for Dead Space 3 and a wall of concept art for the game.
You know this is coming out anyways. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The Dead Space.
Laugh at that sort of thing. That was cool.
Dead Space the Third. No, that's cool. I mean, I think there was inklings of this sort of and hints and sort of rumours about Dead Space 3 being sort of worked on. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the things you knew it would happen, but something like this, even though it's not like officially been announced, you know that they're working on that instantly cool. Gears up.
Is there like footage? Is there actually like a video you can watch where it's like,
Do you have access to Israeli television?
No, I'm just saying, has somebody put it on YouTube yet?
I don't know. I have a feeling that they probably would have taken that down.
I'd be interested to kind of like just see the footage, just to see what they've...
Well, you can do a search for it, but I have a feeling that EA probably would have done some damage control. And
the EA.
Yeah.
So,
I thought that was a pretty cool story. Right there.
Yeah, I think they kind of probably should have thought a bit about it before letting a camera crew come in there and film stuff. But that's
the genius part of it.
The stupidest thing ever. But no, it's cool. I mean, it's kind of made it official. But I kind of knew it was going to happen anyway. So in Dead Space 2 did really well, and it was a fucking awesome game.
Yeah,
it's probably one of the best games.
Having said that, it came out this year. It's probably a bit early to be thinking about Dead Space
Yeah,
3, but
true.
knowing that they're working on it already,
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
Well, they're done with all the DLC for it, so, you know, yeah.
We may see like a teaser next year's
I
E3.
don't think Visceral are working on anything else at the moment, so they're probably
I don't think they need to.
pretty much dedicated to the Dead Space, so...
Oh, this is making us money, let's just carry on doing this.
Yeah, pretty much, you know. I mean, they did a really good job with Dead Space 2, so...
Yeah. I'll probably...
Very impressive game.
I'm not sure if I'll ever get through it now, because my nerves are like completely shot.
It's just so good.
From
mate.
what I saw of it and everything,
Jesus.
I loved it.
It is amazing. Anyways.
And that is it for the news.
Ah.
Quite a mixed bag of stories.
But I think it's been a pretty good news week, actually.
Yeah,
So
there's been plenty of
I mean,
stories.
some old news. I say old news. Isn't the PSN network down again?
Oh yeah, that went down last night.
Did it?
Yeah, it was like, whoa, it's gone down.
Oh.
They had some like issues with the login. Some people weren't able to log in, and it's like, oh yeah, Sony, we're aware of it. We're trying to sort it out, and then boom, went down. It's like, oh, it's down. We're trying to find out what it is. There's no news on when it's coming back up.
And someone's got it in
You've got to be worried. You've got to be worried. When that
And some genius person, I was following the story on IGN comment section. This won the internet for me. The PS not work. Yeah.
Pretty much on the button there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's so simplistic, and that's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it's back up now. It's fine. There's no.
You might never know. It might go down again tonight.
Yeah, it might do. Yeah. Sucks for anyone who wants to play Dead Island.
Yeah, especially But
That's why we've got it.
after that
I
story
was
we did a
going
couple
to
of
say
weeks
Gears
ago.
of War 3, but you can't play it on PlayStation.
No.
Yeah.
So
Nah. Yeah.
So after we did that story a couple of weeks ago about the ex-Homeland Security guy taking control, I'm like, ooh.
Right, well...
But he hasn't started yet.
He's probably out of the job.
That's cool. Oh, it's been a great news week then. Alright, well, we're going to take another break then, in that case. And when we come back, we'll be talking about the releases and the top 10.
Yes.
Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. We're going to be talking about the week's releases, but first, here's Michelle with the UK sales chart.
Yes. Nothing new.
No?
Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, you really don't need to be.
Yeah.
Okay, at number 10, it's Cars 2.
Ooh. Sorry.
Back of my hand. You are so
Seriously,
close.
what the fuck?
Number 9, Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. Number 8, Rugby World Cup 2011. At number 7, it's Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Number 6, it's Zumba Fitness.
Hey.
At least it's not number 1, eh?
At number 5, it's Deus Ex Human Revolution. At number 4, it's Driver San Francisco. Number 3, it's Resistance 3. At number 2, it's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. And at number 1, it's Dead Island.
Awesome.
Again.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. 3 things there. Kind of like still interesting that Lego games, there's like 2 Lego games are in the top 10.
Yeah.
I don't quite get why.
Because Lego's
But
awesome.
whatever, you know. And
Well, I
Says
think what it
you.
is Harry Potter is obviously popular because, the last film came out.
yeah,
all
and then
that.
I know the Pirates of the Caribbean's just come out on DVD.
Yeah.
But still,
See, I thought this would have.
that's enough to get that in the top 10.
I thought this would have left the top 10 because obviously now
I think
the
obviously-
holidays are finished.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Exactly, that's what I'm getting at. It surprised me. But anyway,
I think obviously there's like
It's probably
more
the
news.
parents playing it.
maybe.
There's been like more sort of details and a rough release date of when Lego Harry Potter 2 is coming out and
Yeah, maybe.
all that. So.
It could account for it. The other thing was obviously Zumba Fitness is at 6. It's still holding it. It's obviously selling
God
really
damn
well.
it.
But what is still a kind of surprise to me is that although obviously Resistance 3 is a PS3 exclusive, but that Warhammer's kind of outselling it. And I know obviously it's
You're happy about that
it's
one.
multi-platform, but like, it's still kind of surprising to me actually, because I would have thought Resistance 3 would have outsold it this week.
No, we Warhammer fans are legion.
It's pretty cool though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good.
No,
It's good
I'm
news for
really,
Warhammer.
really
yeah.
happy
I mean,
with
I bet you probably didn't think that was going to happen.
No, like I said, it's hard to like sell the game when you say, "Oh, it's a bit like Gears, but there's some like more melee stuff in it and all that." But no, it is good. I genuinely enjoyed it. It's a great sort of opening chapter to a new franchise. I'm hoping to see lots more sequels and what they can do with it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And obviously, Dead Island, we're big fans of it. You know, obviously the game's got issues. We've mentioned that before, but if you can, I mean, like, some people obviously can't look past that shit, but you know, if you can, it's a freaking good game. And if anyone out there has played Left 4 Dead and enjoyed that, this is that times 20. I reckon it's so good. And you know, I'm just going to continue to play it. I think even once I finish it, I'm going to go back and do like New Game Plus or whatever, and just keep going. It's still great fun.
But looking forward to next week's chart, see where Gears 3 factors into it.
Yeah.
Obviously, that would kind of be the direct competitor with Resistance 3.
Yeah.
As the kind of like exclusive shooter. So
yeah, it would be interesting to see what they do.
If it gets higher than that, I think we know who's won.
Well, yeah,
won the exclusivity war.
Okay.
Bet you I could never say that again.
No. So what's coming out this week?
This week, we've got Formula 1 2011.
It will sell alright. We spoke about it last week because obviously the console lineup special. It was on the list that we mentioned, and F1 seems to sell alright. You know.
I've been looking at the covers of the games, and the cover is pretty similar to
last
Formula
year's.
1 2010.
Yeah, I noticed.
Except it's
red
it's a bit
blue.
red, and the driver guy is like slightly closer.
Yes. Okay. Well done for describing that.
Yeah.
Graphically, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I've seen some trailers. It looks nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent looking game. So.
But it's like, you see, rally games, stuff like Dirt, it's kind of like exciting. It's kind of like, skiddy.
Maybe
There's
not.
your title.
There we go.
There's your title.
And you've titled the episode for us like them.
It's kind of has more of kind of a dangerous edge to it. Whereas Formula 1, you're just kind of like going around in a circle.
Yeah. Well, so you can say something about NASCAR, but they make games about that. We don't get them because
we just don't understand that sort of thing.
Well, we're not American, so
or from the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it was so good, you know.
People will be reenacting.
People will buy it, and it will be in the top 10 next week.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how high up, obviously.
I don't think it'll be number one.
It won't be number one, but you know, it'll probably be, you know, in the top 10.
Yeah. Would you say top 5?
No.
Okay.
Probably not quite top 5.
I was hoping we could have a wager there, because I don't think it will be either. What about you, Michelle? Do you think it'll be top 5?
I think it'll be definitely be in the top
Nope.
10. I don't think it'll be top 5. But
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see how that pans out next week.
Yeah.
We'll probably just come in and probably
it's
like
exciting.
6 or
Yeah.
something.
Anyway, carry on.
Obviously, big game Skyrim coming out in November. So we've got a re-release of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It's the 5th anniversary edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the Game of the Year edition, as in it comes with like all the DLC.
Have they not put out a Game of the Year edition of this already?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the 5th anniversary edition.
It's the same thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's maybe slightly cheaper.
Slightly different box.
Yeah, it's a different box. I'm not
The
actually...
the orcs are slightly closer.
Yeah. I'm not... I'm not actually sure from what I've read of the blurb and all that, whether it actually comes with all the little bits of DLC.
Alright.
Like the extra towers and dungeons and the horse armour.
I remember the horse armor now.
Yeah, they're never going to live that one
No,
down.
they're not, are they?
But, yeah, I'm not sure if this comes with that.
Okay. What's that instrument for there?
So if you don't have the game, you do want to pick this up. Yeah, pick it up, but you may have to buy horse armour.
The thing is, right, I mean, obviously they're re-releasing it, 5th anniversary, blah, 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 blah. Great, but Skyrim is around the corner, and if anyone's kind of thinking about picking up a Bethesda RPG, if it isn't Rage, you know, probably just going to go straight ahead and play Skyrim. I don't know how much more this game can sell, even in a repackaged edition with everything. Some people may buy it, but once Skyrim's out, are they going to want to play this? Are they going to want to go back to it? I mean, eventually, probably, but not.
When Oblivion came out, I did go back to Morrowind.
Okay, fair enough.
But that's just me being a geek. I have to say, Oblivion, obviously, yeah, it's 5 years old, it's looking a bit dated.
Yeah, it does.
But, you know, the environments are nice. The character models look like Gash. But
There's that word again.
Yeah. No,
Word of the week.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah.
Anyway, Splinter Cell Trilogy HD Classics on PS3.
Cool.
That's now out in retail.
Excellent.
As you are listening to this show, it should be out.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. So.
Yeah, it's good. I'm all for these HD remixes and remakes and stuff. So
yeah. And I'm crap at stealth, so I won't be buying it. But
I think this last week, Resident Evil 4 HD came out on the Xbox Live.
Yeah. Have you read any of the reviews for it?
No.
Do you know what they're saying?
What?
Apparently, the HD graphics are apparently the worst part of it.
Do you know
it's not
actually
HD. It's just upscaled.
I actually did watch a comparison video between the PlayStation 2 version, the Wii version, and the GameCube version.
Yeah.
And it looked a little bit different.
Yeah.
Not much. It didn't look that much better.
No.
So.
No.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like emulating it with just a high resolution. That's what it is. It is basically kind of upscale. There's no they've not added high detail in the textures or anything. Yeah. It's just kind of sharper. But
apparently the game still stands up. It's still a really fun game. So if you've not played it before,
yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to pick it up, but I don't know. I've got other things to spend money on. To be fair, yeah,
fair dues.
Like blowing hookers.
Yeah. Okay. Supremacy MMA is the last one.
Yeah. Another mixed martial arts game.
Yeah, that's out on 360, PS3.
It'll probably...
I like how you say another mixed martial
arts. No, I mean,
game.
it's we get loads of UFC games, and it's all pretty similar to me, but, I like it. It's good. But, yeah, EA's MMA game came out last year, and this one's coming out now, and, yeah, okay. More of the same, really, isn't it? I think. I don't know. But, yeah. It's cool. I mean, for those who enjoyed it, they'll probably pick this up. It'll probably sell. It'll be in the top 10.
Well, you know what? We'll report about it on the show when a demo comes out, and one of us can be asked to play it.
True. Yeah, so that's pretty much the show. That wraps it all up. So
in a nice, tidy bow.
Indeed.
Places it under the tree.
Not that time of year.
No, it's not. You get a bit ahead of yourself there. It's at least 90 days till that. Anyway, so...
I don't know, they're starting to bring the Christmas stuff out in the supermarkets.
Anyways, thank you very much for listening and putting up with us, because it's probably been quite a chore this week. And it wasn't...
we've had a laugh.
And it wasn't last week when it was the show was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But once again, thanks to Aaron for joining us last week, because that was awesome. Yeah, so thanks for checking...
It'd be nice for him to return the favour.
Hint, hint.
So if you are listening...
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Send us a message.
Yeah. Would be good to know.
Justify the booze buying.
2 beers for James, that's it. Sorted.
You're just buying a 4-pack. Anyway, right, so thank you very much for listening, downloading, and supporting us. However knows we need it. Check us out at Games4all.podcast.com. There we've got an archive of episodes, all the audio episodes we've put up, all the video and all the game night stuff, all the extras. Obviously, check out our game night of Gears of War 3. It was quite good. We had fun doing it. We're now outputting them in HD, so I'm not sure that adds much to it, but yeah, it looks a little bit better. Because at the end of the day, it's the one show that we do that shows off the most gameplay.
Yeah.
And so we've got some really cool games coming up, like Battlefield 3 and Skyrim. The games look amazing.
And you're going to want to see as much of it as you can.
Yeah, I think if we're going to showcase these games, we're going to want to do them in HD, so that's cool. I mean, pretty much all the content on our website so far is HD. So we've been playing around with kind of streaming HD a bit better than we've been doing in the past, and been working on that, and we're now going to be offering standard def as well as another option, so that people who go online and go on our website don't have to put up with... I mean, if their internet connection isn't that great, then they've got the option to kind of watch it at lower resolution and
56k dial-up.
Yeah, you might still be sat there a while. Let's be honest, but
do they even do that anymore?
I think there's still some companies out there that you can get dial-up broadband from. Seriously. I don't know why.
Must be like these people who drive really old cars.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we're working on some of the video on the website and kind of offering more options. And obviously, some people only go online with a netbook and stuff, and most of them aren't that great for decoding HD video. So, rather than watching a sluggish HD video, it takes a long time to load. They might as well watch in standard def. So that's kind of what we're putting out options there for people. So. That's going to be happening in the next few weeks, picking up standard def versions of everything, or near enough everything that we've got. So that's good. Anyways, podcast at Games4all.podcast.com if you want to send us hate mail. Send it directly there. Put in the subject title, hate mail. And what else?
Care of James Craigie.
Yeah. So twitter.com/Games4all if you want to follow us on Twitter, or at Games4all.
You can also tweet your hates to us.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And facebook.com/Games4all podcast if you want to check us out on Facebook and hit the like button. If you presuming that you're not going to hate us, it's kind of the opposite. So they don't have a hate button on Facebook.
Oh, they're doing all sorts of weird crap with Facebook. I imagine
they should put
one.
They should put that on though for pages. I think just to kind of balance it out.
Like a thumb up, thumb down.
Yeah, I mean, see if we have...
Sorry, see straight where my mind went with that.
It's rotten. So, and also check out our good friends. We mentioned them already, but check them out at the Underground Geek Network. It's undergroundgeeknetwork.com. And
hopefully, if you check out their next show,
we should be on it. We've been promised. I think.
But whom?
Okay, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week with more of the same. Scheisse, and we'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Lovely honeydew melons. Oh.
For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website www.games4allpodcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all. Or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com.